Hi everyone. Today we've got a very special interview with Coach Lisa from our Blackwood Centre. Hi Lisa, thanks for joining us.
Hi Susie, thanks for having me.
Now, a few of you might be familiar with Lisa, seen her around the traps, but you might not know that she's actually been on her own weight loss journey in the past and continuing to maintain it. So we're going to be asking her a few questions about her story, but also just to give us some of her favourite weight loss tips as well, with all of that knowledge that she has. So, Lisa, so before we get into those tips, can I get you to just tell us a little bit about yourself and your personal weight loss journey?
Sure, Susie. Okay, so about 4 years ago, I started at Healthy Inspirations as a health coach, and I was just coming out of 10 years of food addiction. And that started when I had my first child. So when my son was born, I wasn't coping very well, and I turned to food as a source of comfort and a source
Mm-hmm.
of also not dealing with my problems. And so then over 10 years, I would sort of binge and I would put on weight, and then I would get to a certain size and go, oh my gosh, now I have to lose weight. So I would diet and exercise and be good and do all those things. And then as I would start having success, I would internally actually freak out and go, okay, this doesn't feel safe for me. And then I would just hit that chocolate aisle again like a woman possessed, and the binging cycle would start again. So that really went on for 10 years. I got some psychological help and went within internally and looked at some things that I was avoiding looking at. And then I felt I could sort of deal with my issues a bit easier and not always resorting to food.
Mm-hmm.
And so, as a result of sort of overcoming that food addiction, I then wanted to go on a journey and help other women that were struggling with food. I wanted to help
Mm-hmm.
support them go through a similar thing.
Thank you for sharing that really personal story. And can I ask, how did Healthy Inspirations help you sort of get off that merry-go-round of dieting and binging?
It really gave me the tools to learn about nutrition. So I knew how to exercise. I'd been to gyms before, dabbled in yoga. I could exercise at home and, go for walks in the park and that sort of thing. So I was exercising fine. It really was the nutrition that I didn't have any, idea about. Like I'm sure I heard about not having carbs after 3 p.m. and paleo and all these different ways. And I could easily Google a diet and get that off the internet. But I think as I aged and got older, the things that I was doing in my younger years wasn't working, in my 40s and now 50.
Mm.
So it really just gave me the tools to know what to do, how to eat and when to eat, which other diets just didn't give me any clues about how to do that.
Excellent. Yeah, really vital information. And that's the beauty of the program, that it's really personalized for you, so you can find the answers that work for you, which is great. So, how much did you lose in total?
In total, I lost 13 kilos.
Fantastic. That is really a life-changing amount.
I was so ready. I was ready mentally. I stuck to it, like a champion.
Yeah.
I guess, and then when you reach your final goal, sometimes I've noticed also that we can maybe some old ways might creep back in, or there's always Christmas and celebrations, and so having that weekly accountability always helps with that, and also just to help get you back on track sooner rather than later as well.
Definitely. Yeah, that's fantastic. So, now that you've reached your goal and you're continuing to maintain that, are there some things that you can do now that you wouldn't have felt comfortable doing before, or that you'd never even dreamed of doing before you hit your weight loss goals?
I think in a day-to-day scenario, I just have more confidence. I feel better about myself. When I put on my clothes, I feel better. I can sort of see that I look better, I feel better.
Mm.
And like last weekend, my son and I did a 2 hour tree climb, which I wouldn't have been able to do with like 13 extra kilos on me. I've got a
Yeah.
two-piece swimsuit that I'm not afraid to use when we go on holidays. So I think those are the life-changing gifts that the Healthy Inspiration program has given me.
Oh, I'm really happy to hear that confidence that's in your everyday life. So it's not just special events where you're feeling it, it's every day. What a gift.
Definitely.
Mind
It
you,
is
more than a
definitely.
gift, you put in the hard work and you've got the benefit. So good on you.
Yes, thanks.
So then just getting into the coaching, you've obviously been able to use this information for coaching women. How many years have you been coaching women now?
Yeah, 4 years I've been here now.
That's right. And you just said that for you, that weekly accountability has really helped you to get back on track. Are there any other ways that that accountability of that weekly coaching have helped the women that you've been coaching that they've mentioned?
Definitely. Sometimes if you're, on a weight loss program and it goes off track a bit, sometimes you want to go into hiding and you don't want to sort of face anyone. You don't want to turn up to your check-in.
Mm,
You want to just kind of hide under the doona because you feel like you've done the wrong thing. But there is absolutely no judgment here. And we let people know that it doesn't matter what's happened during the week. If you commit to your accountability session with us each week, you're going to overcome those behaviors a lot quicker and you're going to get back on track like within a week instead of a month. So to me, that is a huge part of the accountability process here at Healthy Inspirations.
yeah, fantastic. Getting rid of that your own personal guilt and just working through the obstacle maybe with that
Definitely.
personal one-on-one coaching. What a
Definitely.
valuable thing. So when you meet women who are considering doing the program, what are their common struggles about weight loss or thinking about actually joining a program?
So a lot of the women that we speak to, they do struggle with nighttime snacking, so eating after dinner time because it's kind of their special time for a little reward for themselves.
Hmm.
Some women have just struggled their entire life with trying to lose weight, and it's self-acceptance as well. Like I guess perhaps in childhood or growing up, we weren't accepted by one of our parents or society or whatever that was, and we turned to food for comfort. So a lot of us have struggled with food, for such a long time, and there's a lot of shame around that. And this is certainly a safe place to come to work on that, and you don't even have to tell anyone that you're doing this. You could just, join for yourself, and this is just your little thing for you. So you can get stronger internally and just start making those better choices for yourself.
Mm, absolutely. And obviously those struggles were affecting their lives in all sorts of ways. So that again, that coaching, non-judgmental environment helps them to overcome that. Great
Yeah,
support.
definitely. A lot of people are struggling in silence. It's their self-esteem,
Mm,
and they're probably presenting as fine as I did out in public. Friends, family, work, socializing. You're presenting as having a great life and having it all together, but then behind closed doors, there's the shame that's there. There's the frustration and disappointment with yourself,
mm.
and life is too short to keep living like that. So this is certainly one way that can help support you through that.
Excellent. Yes, life is definitely too short for that kind of personal shame. So
Mm,
you can totally have the support that you need at your local Healthy Inspiration Centre.
yep.
And know that you're going to have coaches like Lisa who can empathize and help you to deal with those struggles as well. Now, it was interesting. You said earlier in your weight loss journey and in your health story that you knew how to exercise, but you didn't know much about nutrition. What are your thoughts on exercise as a way to lose weight?
My thoughts are that it is part of the solution, but it is not the solution, the full solution. So, from what I've actually
Mhm.
personally experienced here, it's actually what we eat is about 80% of the weight loss puzzle. So, for weight loss, it is what we eat. For maintaining healthy lifestyle, mental health, that sort of stuff, yeah, definitely exercise is an important part, but it's certainly not the main part for, weight loss, but it's always what we eat first. And then, your mental health, your exercise, all that sort of comes after that.
Okay, excellent advice. So yeah, 80%, that's what you want to focus on if weight loss is your goal. So what has been your biggest insight in relation to your change of thoughts and beliefs about food?
It's certainly a journey, and I know people use that word. When I had food addiction, I was kind of just having that same argument with myself every day, and basically losing. Um, and it's just so your self esteem just keeps going down. So really, what the biggest insights I've had is that we have to look internally as well, get as much support and help as you can, so you can then start feeling safe within yourself to express yourself and express yourself emotionally as well. Then we're not sort of going to be looking for food to be filling up that void that we're trying to fill with food. We can fill it up with love for ourselves. And then we're going to make healthier choices easier because we're feeling better about ourselves.
Yeah. Okay, fantastic. And we've got those tools, like you mentioned earlier, to know what those good choices for ourselves are. Mm.
When I started working at Healthy Inspirations, I was actually quite surprised at how much I could have. I thought, oh,
Mm.
I'm going to have to just, be so restrictive, but there's so many amazing things that you can choose from, and the recipes are just amazing. So
Mm.
having those there, you don't feel like you're missing out, which is a big part of weight loss, because sometimes you stop your diet because you feel like you're missing out. But there's so
Mm.
many things that you can have, so that's awesome.
Yeah, that is awesome. It makes a huge difference to your success. So then let's get to your super fantastic, great tips. So after you've had success, you've lost weight, you're continuing to maintain that goal weight, what are your three best tips for someone who's wanting to lose weight?
Definitely start small and start achievable. We want to have some wins straight away so we can start getting those messages to the brain that we can do this. So for me, it was my water. I was drinking 2 liters of water anyway, going by unnoticed. So I turned that into a goal and made it something that I was achieving. And then, so
Mm-hmm.
from the very first day of setting that goal, I started achieving. So start really small, look at what you're already doing, and set a goal that you can actually stick to and achieve.
Mm-hmm.
If you can review and tweak what you're doing daily, once you're further along the track, you can review and tweak weekly. But if you're starting, I would review and tweak daily. So at the end of the day, what have I done well? What went wobbly? What can I do to change what happened so I get a more positive outcome? So that's tip 2. And tip 3 is to get back on track straight away. And if you have a slip up, don't make it mean something negative about you. It was just a slip up. Make the next step forward a healthy choice.
Excellent. They are three very valuable tips. All your years and your personal experience, obviously, you know what you're talking about. What would you say to someone who was looking for a weight loss program or is wanting to lose weight?
Definitely contact your local Healthy Inspirations. Even if you're not close by, we have had great success with our remote members as well. It really is life changing. I know it's changed my life. I know how to eat. I know when to eat. I know how to fuel my body, which is one of the biggest gifts that this program has given me. So definitely, even if you're scared, reach out. I was scared when I first started too, but you have to just take that step, make that phone call. We're very friendly people.
Lisa, thank you so much for sharing your story. We love to hear those personal expressions and we appreciate your openness in that regard. So, anyone out there who's ready, even if you're a little bit scared, like Lisa said, if you're ready to start your weight loss journey, please get in touch with us because we would absolutely love to support you in your journey. Thanks again, Lisa.
Pleasure. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. But more importantly, don't forget to subscribe to this channel to make sure that you don't miss out on the next lot of weight loss tips and interviews. Have a great day.